A story of love and fame. Demet Özdemir's candid confession about her relationship with Can Yaman. What truly happens when two of the most admired stars in Turkish television fall in love while millions of fans watch their every move? Could the pressures of fame and public expectations change the course of a relationship? Or is it possible to remain true to oneself amidst the chaos? The story of Demet Özdemir and Can Yaman, who captivated audiences with their on-screen chemistry and Erkenci, raises these questions and more. Were they really destined to be together, or did their love falter under the heavy weight of fame? In a candid interview, Demet Özdemir opens up about the real struggles she faced during her relationship with Can Yaman. For the first time, she shares the emotional journey of trying to meet the expectations placed upon her while simultaneously losing sight of herself. Keep reading as magazine news and gossip takes you through this revealing story of love, ambition, and self-discovery, offering an exclusive look at what really happened between Demet and Can. The beginnings, from on-screen chemistry to real-life romance. When Demet Özdemir and Can Yaman first starred together in Erkenci, their sizzling on-screen chemistry quickly became the talk of the town. Audiences were enchanted by their romantic storyline, and soon rumors began circulating that the love between their characters had spilled over into real life. Fans wanted to believe that the fairy tale romance they saw on TV was real, and before long, it was confirmed that Demet and Can were, in fact, dating. However, behind the glossy headlines and swoon-worthy public appearances, there was a different story unfolding. While fans adored them as a couple, Demet found herself struggling with the immense pressure that came with dating one of the most desired men in the country. It's not just being in a relationship with a person, Demet shared. You're also in a relationship with their fame, their followers, and the image that people have of them. I wanted to live up to that, but I didn't realize how much of myself I was losing in the process. The hidden challenges, fame, and privacy. As Demet and Can's relationship blossomed, so did the interest in their private lives. Wherever they went, the couple was followed by paparazzi, and their every interaction was dissected by fans and media alike. We couldn't go anywhere without being followed. We couldn't have a private conversation without someone trying to record us. It was exhausting, Demet confessed, emphasizing how their love was constantly under siege from the outside world. While Demet was already an established actress before meeting Can, she quickly realized that their relationship had brought a new level of attention to her personal life. The scrutiny was overwhelming. In my effort to be the perfect girlfriend, I started to lose my own sense of privacy and who I was. It wasn't just about being with Can anymore. It felt like I was in a relationship with the public's perception of us, she revealed. Struggling to fit in. The pressure to be perfect. One of the most revealing parts of Demet's interview was her admission about the pressure she felt to live up to an idealized image of what it meant to be Can Yaman's girlfriend. I felt like I had to be perfect all the time. Always smiling, always happy, always polished because that's what people expected of me, Demet said. She described how she became consumed with trying to be the woman everyone wanted her to be, rather than focusing on her own needs and desires. This struggle took a toll on Demet over time. She confessed that in her quest to meet these expectations, she began to neglect her own feelings. I thought that if I could just be understanding enough, supportive enough, everything would work out. But I didn't realize that by doing that, I was sacrificing my authenticity. I wasn't being honest with myself, and that's what really started to hurt me, she shared. Can Yaman's rising fame and its impact on their relationship. At the same time, Can Yaman's international fame was skyrocketing. After the success of Erkenci, opportunities flooded in from abroad, particularly in Italy, where he became a major star. His increasing work commitments meant that he was often away, adding yet another layer of difficulty to their relationship. We weren't together as much as we wanted to be. Can was so focused on his career, and while I understood that, it also made me feel lonelier, Demet admitted. Demet supported Can's ambitions, but eventually realized that she needed more than what their relationship was offering. I tried to be supportive of everything he was doing, but at the same time, I was starting to realize that I needed more. I needed someone who could be there with me, emotionally and physically, and I wasn't getting that, she explained, hinting at the emotional distance that had grown between them, losing herself in the process. As their relationship progressed, Demet began to feel increasingly disconnected from her own identity. There was a day when I looked in the mirror and I didn't recognize the person looking back at me. I had changed so much, trying to fit into someone else's life, that I had completely forgotten about my own life, my own desires, my own dreams. Demet confessed with a vulnerability that shocked many of her fans. She spoke candidly about the internal struggles she faced, being torn between her love for Can and her need to reclaim her own sense of self. It wasn't just the media or the fans. There was also a certain pressure I felt within the relationship itself. Can is incredibly ambitious, and that's something I've always admired about him. But sometimes I felt like I wasn't keeping up, not just in our relationship, but also in how I handled my own career. He was always ready for the next project, while I sometimes just wanted to pause and breathe, she revealed. The decision to end it, choosing herself. Ultimately, this internal conflict led to the breakup of their relationship. Demet realized that she was sacrificing too much of herself for the sake of the relationship. It wasn't something that Can asked of me, he never did. But I felt that pressure, that need to be perfect for him, for us, for the world. And that's not sustainable. You can't pretend to be someone else for too long without it catching up with you, she reflected. The decision to end their relationship was difficult, but it was a necessary step for both of them. When it ended, it was painful, of course. But at the same time, I felt like I could finally breathe. I needed that space to remember who I was before all of this started. It was time to put myself first, to be true to myself, Demet said, offering a glimpse into the healing process that followed the breakup. Moving on, growth and self-discovery. Since their split, both Demet Özdemir and Can Yaman have continued to thrive in their respective careers. While Demet has chosen to remain more private about her personal life, her interview made it clear that she has learned valuable lessons from her time with Can. I don't regret our relationship because it taught me so much about myself. It showed me what I'm capable of giving, but it also taught me the importance of setting boundaries and not losing myself in the process, Demet reflected. Despite the challenges they faced, Demet spoke highly of Can Yaman, expressing admiration for his talent and passion. Can is an incredibly talented and driven person, and I'll always admire him for that. But sometimes, two people just aren't meant to be together, not because they don't love each other, but because their paths are different. And that's okay, she concluded, showing a level of emotional maturity that resonated with her fans. Lessons from a high-profile love story. For many, Demet's story is not just about her relationship with Can Yaman, but about the importance of staying true to oneself in the face of overwhelming pressure. Her candidness about the emotional toll of trying to live up to public and personal expectations has struck a chord with those who have faced similar struggles in their own relationships. Demet's journey is one of growth, self-awareness, and resilience. She has shown that true love doesn't just mean being there for someone else. It also means being there for yourself. Her decision to share this side of her story has inspired many to reflect on their own relationships and the importance of maintaining individuality within them. In conclusion, Demet Özdemir's relationship with Can Yaman was a whirlwind of love, challenges, and personal growth. While their romance may not have lasted, the lessons Demet learned have shaped her into the strong, self-aware woman she is today. Her story is a reminder that sometimes the most important relationship is the one you have with yourself. Stay tuned to magazine news and gossip for more exclusive stories and updates on your favorite celebrities.